Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We got game 2 of this 4-game series between the Nationals and Cubs. Leading off for Washington, playing left field is Alou. Batting second, playing shortstop's Turner. Batting third, playing second base is Murphy. Batting fourth, playing center field's Harper. Batting fifth, playing third base is Rendon. Batting sixth, behind the plate's Carter. Batting seventh, playing right field is Soto. Batting eighth, playing first base is Segui. And on the mound, El Presidente, Dennis Martinez, batting ninth. And for the hometown Chicago Cubs, leading off, Mr. Cub himself, playing short, Ernie Banks, batting second, playing second, Sandberg, batting third, playing right field, Sammy Sosa, batting fourth, the Hawk, Dawson in center field, batting fifth, playing first base is Rizzo, batting sixth, playing third base is Santo, batting seventh, the Bull, Leon Durham, playing left field, and behind the plate Davis, and on the mound is Fergie Jenkins, batting ninth. Let's get down here to the stadium and get this game going. Heading to Wrigley Field. And we got Alou to face Mr. Jenkins. Alou is 0 for 5, looking for his first hit in the year. This is Fergie Jenkins' 1971 season. He was 24-13 with a 2.77 ERA. And you see the Nats' upcoming schedule. They still got 2 more games here in Chicago. Then they go to Milwaukee for 2 games, and then they head home to play these same Cubbies. Oh, here's the pitch to Alou. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Fergie strikes him out for the first out of the ball game. 1 up and 1 down. And Trey Turner comes to the plate. And Turner's looking for his first base hit. He's 0 for 5 on the year. And that's going to be against a righty, a 14. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Durham and left for out number 2 rather. And Murphy's up now. And Murphy's batting 500, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jenkins strikes out 2 out of 3. Nationals nothing. The Cubbies coming to the plate with Banks, Sandberg, and Sosa. Ernie is looking for his first base hit of the year. This is Dennis Martinez's first start of the year. In 1991, he was 14-11 with a 2.39 ERA. Here's the pitch to Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks, and that's going to be a base hit in the right field. So Ernie's aboard here with a single to start this bottom of the first. And Ryan Sandberg's up. We're going to do a little bit of hit and run here. And a 35 on a hit and run. And Mr. Banks on a strike is going to steal second. So you got a runner down at second now. And nobody out. And Sandberg still at the plate. 0-1 pitch here. And that's going to be against the righty 18. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And Soto makes the catch. And Banks is going to hold there for out number 1. And up comes big Sammy Sosa. Sammy's batting 400. And the Hawk isn't batting very good, if I remember correctly. Bat 180. So they're going to intentionally walk Sammy. Sammy's getting the free pass. They're going to take their chances going to take their chances with the Hawk here, and that sets up a double play possibility. So now we got first and second, one out, and now Andre Dawson's up, batting 188 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs, and that's going to be a 18. That's going to be a pop up down the short. Turner makes the catch out in shallow left field for out number 2. So it's up to Anthony Rizzo here to do some damage with 2 outs. Rizzo's only batting a $125 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. That'll end the inning. So Dennis gets out of the mess with nobody scoring to the top of the second. It's nothing. You got Harper, Rendon, and Carter due up here. Harper's batting 250 with a homer and an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Ron at third. He fires across the diamond. And that'll be out number 1. Anthony Rendon's up now, looking for his first base hit of the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Fergie strikes him out. His 3rd strikeout of the game. That brings up Gary Carter now. And he's looking for his first base hit of the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Fergie's on fire here. Strikes out Carter. That ends the inning. To the bottom of the second we go. We got Ron Santo, the Bull Durham, and Jody Davis. Santos batting 143 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Murphy for out number 1. And the Bulls up now. And Leon Durham's batting 375 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play of 40 on a 65. That's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. So here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be against a righty, 15. That's going to be an infield hit. The Bull puts on the Jets, lowers his head and shows them the horns. And he gets a base hit here, folks. An infield hit with 1 out. And that brings up Jody Davis. And Jody's looking for his first base hit of the year. He's 0 for 5. And he gets it, folks. He squares this one up. Jody Davis. See where this is going to end up at. Game 1, that wind was blowing out the right. And this is, out the left. This one's hit the right. Let's see here if he's going to score from first. So base, a double in the right field. Sorry, it'll be a double in the left field. A 45, and Lou's got one hell of an arm out there. But Dorm's got great speed. A 25. So that would be a 51 or lower. They're going to send him. You got the pitcher due up next, so they're going to send him. And he's in there. So an RBI double by Davis. Jody gets the RBI double. And Jody's down at second with 1 out. Fergie due up now. And Jenkins batted .243 with 6 homers and 20 RBIs in 1971. So we don't need no stinking DH as Legend Sports Universe joins us. Check out Legend's great channel, folks, doing baseball, basketball, football, and boxing. Check out his great channel with his franchise all-stars. And here is the first at bat for Fergie. And he gets a hold of this. Let's see where this ends up at. 21. That's going to be a deep fly ball in the right field. Soto back near the track makes the catch. Jody with his speed is going to stay put. Fergie puts a electric in it, but not enough. Now you got Ernie Banks, Mr. Cubby. He singled and stole second back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball. Ground ball down to third, I believe. Nope, that's going to be a hit by pitch. Last season, yep, he hits Mr. Cub himself. These Cubbies aren't happy with that. Hitting Mr. Cub. Sure it wasn't intentional, but still. Trailing by one, you don't want to put another runner on. Now you got first and second for Sandberg. And Ryan, he's 0 for 1. He flew out to right back in the first. Here's the pitch to Rhino. And that's going to be a 14. That's going to be a single in the left field. And Jody Davis is going to stop at third. So that's going to be a single. That's going to fill the bases. So bases are full of Cubbies. And this is not who you want up. They intentionally walked him back in the first. Everywhere you look, there's a Cub. Davis at third, Banks at second, Sandberg at first, and the big boy Sammy Sosa batting .400 with 3 homers and 7 RBIs at the plate. Can Sammy put a charge into one and put the Cubbies out of a lead by 5? Nope. That's a big swing and a miss. El Presidente gets himself in a jam, gets out of it with only 1 run scoring. We go to the top of the third. It's 1-0 Cubbies. You got to the bottom third of the order due up. Soto, Segui, and Martinez. And Soto is looking for his first base hit. He's 0 for 4 on the year. Juan is. And that's going to be a base on balls. With a 1-run lead, you'll walk the leadoff batter, and David Segui comes up to the plate. And Segui's looking for his first base hit of the year. He's 0 for 2. And he might get it here, folks. Runner down at first. That'll be a 14. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And with nobody out, he'll stop at second. So now you got first and second. And now Presidente's up. He'll try to bunt him over to second and third here. And in 1991, Dennis batted a .153 with 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Dennis. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Fergie throws over to first, his only play, with Ryan Sandberg covering. And that'll be out number 1. But now you got 2 runners in scoring position on second and third. And only 1 out, and we're back to the top of the order. The Cubbies are going to play for the out. They'll give up a run. Lou struck out back in the first. He's 0 for 1. And that's a big strikeout by Fergie. That is his 5th strikeout of the game. Now there's 2 outs. Leaves the Cubbies get back now in the regular depth. And now Turner's up. Can Turner do something here? He's 0 for 1. He flew out the left in the first inning. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. Fergie gets into a pickle, but pitches his way out of it with back-to-back strikeouts. His 6th strikeout of the game. And we go to the bottom of the third. Cubbies still hanging on to a 1-0 lead. You got Dawson, Rizzo, and Santo due up. The Hawks 0 for 1. He popped up to short back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lou for out number 1. And Rizzo's due up now. And Anthony, he popped up to third back in the first. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a plus 17. That's going to be a fly ball. A fly ball to Center field as Harper makes the catch. Nice play. Robs Rizzo of a base hit. And Ron's up now. And Santo, he grounded out the second back in the second. And that's a swing and a miss. And that's Dennis's second strikeout of the game. 1, 2, 3 goes the Cubbies. To the top of the fourth we go. You got Murphy, Harper, and Rendon, 3, 4, 5 hitters up. Murphy's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Dawson for out number 1. And Bryce is up now. And Harper is 0 for 1. He grounded out the third back in the second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jenkins with his 7th strikeout of the game. And here comes Anthony Rendon. He's 0 for 1, and he struck out back in the second. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts and back-to-back strikeouts for Rendon. And now to win the inning, folks. 1, 2, 3 goes the Nats. To the bottom of the fourth we go. The bottom third of the order due up here. Durham, Davis, and Jenkins. The Bull was 1 for 1. He singled and came around to score in the second. And that's going to be an infield hit. The Bull with another infield hit, folks. He's showing off his speed here. Durham's down at first. Nobody out for Jody Davis, who doubled and drove in Durham back in the second. For the only run of the ball game, let's see if Jody can do it again, folks. Nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 32 and an 8. And that'll be fielding column 2. And that's going to get the runner out at second. That'll be a 6-4 put out. Now Jody's down at first, and Fergie's going to try to bunt him over. He flew out to right his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And he's going to get the bunt down. It's going to be bunted back to the, it's going to be bunted down to first. And David picks it up. Only play is over to first with Murphy covering. Now don't get the runner in scoring position. Back to the top of the order. And Ernie Banks. And Ernie's 1 for 1. Remember, he got hit by a pitch his last time up. Can he make Dennis pay for it? Always like Jody Davis, too. Against the Braves, he hit like 300 against them. Every time I seen him on the Superstation, I always wanted him down there. He's a local Georgia boy. Let's see exactly where Jody's from in Georgia. He is from Gainesville, Georgia. Yeah, like I say, he always killed the Braves. He might have batted like 250, but he was a 300 hitter against the Braves and hit a lot of homers. And now you got Mr. Banks up 1 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Murph. And Murphy's going to throw over to first. And that'll end the inning. Jody gets stranded at second. Still a 1-0 Cubbies lead as we go to the fifth. You got Carter, Juan Soto, and David Seguidu up here. And Gary's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second. And that's going to be against the righty, a 16. That's going to be, I think, an infield hit for Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter, welcome back. Mr. Carter is down at first with an infield hit. Juan Soto comes up now. Tying run down there at first. And Juan, he walked back in the third. Not this time, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. And that ball is going. Kiss it goodbye. Home run. And now the Nats take a 2-1 lead. Ferguson. Two-hit shutout. All of a sudden, one pitch, it's 2-1. And that brings up David Segui. Nobody out, nobody on. Segui's 1 for 1. He singled back in the third. And that's going to be a rare play, a 13 on a 37. And that's going to be 29. That's going to be a strike. So 1 strike on David. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he strikes him out. So Fergie settles down after the homer and gets his 9th strikeout of the game. And that brings up Mr. Martinez. Dennis had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. 10 strikeouts on the game, but Fergie's trailing now 2-1. Back to the top of the order, Lou. He's 0 for 2 today. He has struck out twice. Can he get the hat trick here? And yes, he does. He strikes out Lou for the 3rd time in the game. But the 2-run homer gives the Nationals a 2-1 lead. The Cubbies got the heart of the lineup coming up. You got Sandberg, Sosa, and Dawson. Rhino's 1 for 2. He singled back in the 2nd. And that ball is high. Kiss this one goodbye, I think. Let's look here. Yep, that ball is out of here. Ryan Sandberg ties this ball game up with 1 swing and a bat. And it's 2 apiece. And that brings up Sammy Sosa. Sammy has walked and struck out, yet to put the ball in play. Was intentionally walked in the 1st. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Sammy's yet to put wood on the ball. That's a 1 down. And here comes Andre Dawson. He is 0 for 2 today. And he's going to be 0 for 3 because Martinez strikes him out for his 4th strikeout of the game. And it's up to Anthony Rizzo to keep this 5th inning alive. And he is 0 for 2. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Harper. But the leadoff solo homer by Sandberg ties this ball game up to the top of the 6th. We go 2 apiece. You got Turner, Murphy, and Harper. Here comes the big boys for the Nats. Trey's 0 for 2 today. And he's going to get a base on balls. Not what you want in a tie ball game, Fergie. That brings up Murphy now. And they're going to do a little hit and run here. Try to stay out of the double play. Murphy is 0 for 2. He's struck out and flown out. And that'll probably keep him out of the double play here with the hit and run. That'll be a 52 on a 8. 52 and an 8. That'll barely be column number 1. And that will keep him out of the double play. That'll be a 4-3 put out. So that pays off. Now Turner's down at 2nd with 1 out for Bryce Harper. Harper's 0 for 2 today. And he gets a hold of this. He ain't 0 for nothing anymore, folks. With Turner's speed, that'll probably drive in a run, and that's a double. And left field. And that'll score 1 just like that. It's now a 3-2 ball game. And the Nats get the lead right back. Rendon's up now. He has struck out twice. Fergie needs another big strikeout. Can he get it? And I don't believe so. That's going to be a 14. And that's going to be a It's going to be a ground ball down the short. Banks is up with it, fires over to 1st, but Harper will get down the 3rd now with 2 outs. And Carter's up now, and Gary's 1 for 2. He singled in the 5th and came around the score. And that's going to be 16. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a pop-up down the 3rd. Ron makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. But the 1 run comes in to score to give the Nats a 3-2 lead. We got Ron, Durham, and Davis due up here. And Ron's 0 for 2. He is grounded out and struck out. Not anymore, folks. And this ball game's tied again. That ball is high. You can kiss it goodbye. Home run, Ron Santo. And Dennis keeps giving up the gopher balls, folks. Keeps giving up the gopher balls. This Cubbies team, it's all or nothing. Dorm's 2 for 2. He has 2 infield hits. So you see the Cubbies' upcoming schedule. They got 2 more games here in Chicago against the Nats. Then the Mets come to town. Then the Cubbies go on the road to take on these same Nationals. And that's going to be a 15. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Just got under that one. Turner makes the catch in the third area for out number 1. And here comes Jody Davis. He's got an RBI double back in the second. And that's going to be a base on balls. Martinez with his second walk of the ball game. And I think with everything that's been going on, they're going to let Fergie bunt him over. So Fergie's going to bunt him over. 24. Bunt. And that's not what they wanted, that's for sure. So let's see here. 24 and a 8. That should be fielding column 1, I would think. Yep, that's fielding column 1. And that's going to be the old double play. I just popped up to the pitcher. Nope, it's a ground ball to the pitcher. And that's going to be the old 1-6-3 double play. Fergie bunts it too hard. And that'll end the inning. But the Cubbies with the solo homer ties this ball game up at 3 apiece. You got the bottom third of the order due up. The S's, Soto and Segui, followed by Martinez. Juan's 1 for 1. He homered back in the 5th, a 2-run shot. And that's going to be a deep fly ball. Sammy back in the well makes the catch for out number 1. Only place in this park that probably wouldn't have been a homer. And that brings up David Segui now. David's 1 for 2. He's single back in the 3rd. And that's going to be a ground ball down the banks over to first for out number 2. And I think they're going to pitch hit here for Mr. Martinez. See if they can get somebody on here. And Orlando Cabrera is going to come out of the dugout. See if he can keep his inning alive. 2 outs, nobody on. Orlando's batting a .143 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the banks. And that'll end the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch, and we're all tied up at 3 apiece. And Tim Burke's going to come in the game here. Try to keep this a tie ball game. And this is Tim's second appearance of the year. No record with no ERA. He'll be facing the top of the order, Banks, Sandberg, and Sammy Sosa. And Ernie's 1 for 2. He's singled and been hit by a pitch. And that's going to be against a righty, 26. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Murphy. He fires over to David for out number 1. Here comes Ryan Sandberg. He's having a hell of a game. He's 2 for 3. He homered back in the 5th. Can he do it again, folks? As we drop the dice. Make this official game. And nope, that's going to be a big swing and a miss. Tim strikes him out for out number 2. So it's up to Sammy here. Sammy's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice then and been intentionally walked. Can he get some wood on the ball and untie this game? And that's going to be a Baltimore chopper in front of the plate. And that's going to be an error on the Carter, a 62 and a 9. Might not be. That's fielding column 2. Yep, that's going to be a Baltimore chop. Carter fumbles the ball. That's going to be an E2. And this inning's still alive, folks. Sammy down at first. And the Hawks up. So the tying run, go ahead runs at first. And Dawson is 0 for 3. Time for him to come out of this slump. And nope, that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And that'll end the inning. The error doesn't cost them. To the top of the 8th we go in a 3-3 ball game. Top of the order due up here for the Nats. Lou, Turner, and Murphy. Lou is 0 for 3. 3 strikeouts. He's already gotten the hat trick. Can Fergie give him the golden sombrero? And yes, he does. Lou strikes out for the 4th time in the game. And that's 12 strikeouts for Fergie Jenkins. And here we go with 2 Turner's up. He's 0 for 2. He struck out, walked, and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Rhino at second. Over to first for out number 2. And Murphy's up now. He's 0 for 3. He struck out, flown out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a 13, and that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Dawson makes the catch for out number 3. To the bottom of the 8th we go in a tight 3-3 ball game. You got Rizzo, Santo, and Dorm due up here against Tim Burke. Rizzo's 0 for 3 today. He's flown out the center twice and popped up the 3rd. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. The second hit by pitch. Nope. It's just going to be ball 1. He's an HB0. Throws it in tight. Anthony hits the deck. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be a 23. That's going to be a fly ball out to Harper for out number 1. Here comes Ron Santo. And Ron, he's 1 for 3. He homered back in the 6th. And that's going to be a base on balls. Tim walks him. Brings the tie. Go ahead, run down the first. And the Bulls up. He's a 2 for 3. 2 singles in the game. Came around to score back in the 2nd. That's going to be a fly ball out to Harper for out number 2. And it's up to the man, Jody Davis here. He's having a good game. He is 1 for 2. He had an RBI double back in the 2nd and walked. And that's going to be a pop up behind home plate, I believe. Yep. And Carter makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. The Cubbies strand 1. To the top of the 9th we go. Can Jenkins make it through this 9th inning? He's due to lead off the top of the 9th. He's got Harper, Rendo, and Carter. 4, 5, 6 hitters. Harper's 1 for 3 with an RBI double back in the 6th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Lucky number 13 for Fergie. Now you got Anthony Rendon up. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. And that's going to be a base on balls. Go ahead runs down at first for Mr. Carter. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Carter is 1 for 3. He came around to score in the 5th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Sammy for out number 2. And here comes Soto. And Juan is 1 for 3. Yeah, he had a homer back in the 5th, a 2-run shot. And that's going to be a fly ball out the dorm. Back there in the well, he makes the catch. And the Cubbies, the Nationals, strand one to the bottom of the 9th. A 3-3 ball game. Is due up second. Gonna have a pitch here against Fergie. Let's see who's gonna come off the bench here in this tie ball game. And old Dave Kingman's coming off. He's going to try to end this game with one swing of the bat here. Dave Kingman, can he walk it off here, folks? Where's Dave at? There he is. Old King Kong comes up to the plate, batting .250, no homers, but he has an RBI. Can he get his first homer of the year? And nope, that's going to be a ground ball down to David Segui. He takes it himself. And that'll be out number 1. Back to the top of the order now, and Mr. Banks, he's 1 for 3 with a stolen base and been hit by a pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Mr. Cub out. There's 2 quick outs. It's up to Ryan Sandberg to keep this inning alive. He's 2 for 4 with a homer back in the 5th. And that's going to be a deep fly ball out to right field, but that's a 1-2-3 ninth. Extras. Read all about it. We're going into extra innings, folks. See who's going to come out here and pitch. And it's going to be Mr. Smith. Lee Smith's going to come out of the bullpen. Trying to keep this a tie ball game. And this is his second appearance of the year. He's 1-0, but he has a 10.12 ERA. He'll have Segui, a pitch hitter, and then back to Alou at the top of the order. So you see the team comparisons. Washington's 1-2, 14 runs on 9 homers, no stolen bases, and haven't been caught. Cubbies are 2-2, 27 runs, 18 homers, and been caught stealing once. David Segui's 1 for 3. He singled back in the 3rd. And that's going to be a 22. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Dorham's got it for out number 1. Now we'll have a pitch hit here for Tim. And let's see who's going to come off the bench here. And Jose's going to come off the bench. Bat left-handed against Lee. Where's old Jose at? There he is.
Vidro.
Old Vidro is batting .200 with a homer. And 2 RBIs. Can he give the Nats a lead here with the one swing of the bat? And that's going to be a ground ball down to Mr. Cub himself. And that's going to be an error. E6. Not what you want here in a tie ball game. Here in extra innings. As Mr. Cub bobbles the ball, doesn't compound it by throwing it away, but now you got to go ahead, run down at first, and a lose up, and he's glad to see Ferguson going. He has struck out 4 times against Fergie. Now he's got Lee Smith out there. 1 out, 1 on. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Sammy. He gets a wood on it this time at least. But there's 2 down. Here's Trey Turner now. And Turner is 0 for 3. He did walk and come around to score in the 6th. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go, folks? And that ball is out of here. Trey Turner turns on it, pun intended. And that's a 2-run shot. And the Nats take a 5-3 lead. As Lee Smith gives up their gopher ball. Now there's 2 outs, nobody on for Murphy, who is 0 for 4 today. And that's going to be a 21 and a 9. That's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. That'll end the inning, but the 2-run homer by Turner gives the Nats a 2-0 lead. So we go to the bottom of the 10th. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen here. And Drew's going to come out of the bullpen. Try to lock this game down. The Nats got one hell of a bullpen, folks. Looks like Drew. This is his 3rd appearance of the year. No record with no ERA. He'll be facing Sammy Sosa, Dawson, and Rizzo. He's got the big boys due up. Sammy's 0 for 3. He has reached on an error and walked. Here's the pitch to Sammy, down by 2. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Rendell over to first for out number 1. And that brings up the Hawk now. Andre is 0 for 4, only batting a $150. Out of his 3 hits, 2 of them have been homers for 4 RBIs. Not this time. That's going to be a ground ball down to Murphy. And the Cubbies are down to their last out. Can Rizzo keep this game alive, folks? It's a 5-3 game. Rizzo's only batting .083. He's 0 for 4 today. He has flown out to center 3 times. And now he swings and misses. Tried to hit a 2-run shot with nobody on. And that's your ball game, folks. The Nats win an extra innings. Take a look here at the scorecard. So the Nats take the first 2 games. That's probably the strikeouts. Yep. Old Ferguson with 13 strikeouts. Old Jenkins gets a no decision now. The Nats 5 runs on only 5 hits and 1 error. The Cubbies 3 runs, 7 hits. Out hit the Nats, but couldn't outscore them with 1 error. The Nats, nobody had more than 1 hit. Turner and Soda with the big bombs. Turner with that 2-run homer in the 10th. And the Nats were only 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Left 4 men on base. Fergie pitched a damn good game, but couldn't score for him. Rhino was 2 for 5. The Bull was 2 for 4. And the Cubbies were only 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Sandberg and Ron Santo with homers. And the Cubbies, like I said, left 8 men on base. They had their opportunities. Al Presidente goes 6 innings of no decision, 7 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 4, gave up 2 homers. Tim Burke comes in, gets the win, pitches 3 innings, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Drew Storen comes in, gets the save, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Like I say, old Fergie Jenkins goes 9 innings of no decision, 4 hits, 3 runs, walked 3, struck out 13, gave up a homer. Lee Smith comes in and goes to 1-1, 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 unearned runs, and 1 homer. What was the error in that inning? Oh, that's right. Oh, Ron Santo had the error that got Vernon on base. Forgot about that. Should have been out of the inning. Forgot all about that. All righty. The next game will be game number 3 against these Cubbies and Nats. And it'll be Mr. Grissom going up against Arrieta. Don't they play on the 4th? Thought they did. Where are they at here? Maybe they don't play. Maybe it is only a 3-game series, but I thought it was a 4-game series. Oh, there it is. Grissom against Arrieta. Yep, alrighty. I want to thank Legend Sports Universe for stopping by. Again, check out his channel, folks. Does a great job with MLB The Show, Madden, and 2K, NBA 2K. Check that out. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out, hit that like button. Leave a comment. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.